Yeah. Hi, Anirudh. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
Doing very well. Okay. So do we begin, Ayushi ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, please start.
Just give me a minute.
Ma'am, there seem to be connectivity issues from your end.
Yes, just a second.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now is it all okay?
Yes.
Am I audible to you? Am I visible to you, Anirudh?
No, I cannot hear you. I can hear you, but I can't see your video.
You cannot see my video. Okay. Is
Yes, yes.
anything visible or is it completely blank?
No, no, now it's
Okay. Now is
shift.
it
Yes.
visible enough?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Let's start easy then, Anirudh. Give me a little introduction about yourself, Anirudh.
Okay, hello, ma'am. I'm Anirudh Agarwal. I was born in Kaithal, Haryana. I've been a resident of Noida for the past 16 years. I'm currently in my final year undergraduate in doing integrated MSc in mathematics and computing from IIT Kharagpur. My father is a government serviceman and head chief engineer at Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, and my mother is a housewife come LIC agent. I have an elder sister. She's a gynecologist and like pursuing her post graduation from Safdarjung Hospital. My passions include I'm extremely passionate about cosmology. Apart from like academic curriculum, I'm very passionate about astronomy and cosmology in general. And even during my undergraduate degree, I went to great lengths to promote it and made big contacts with ISRO professors and like around the like Kolkata and around the India. Arranged many events like awareness camps as well. My
Okay.
Ever since growing up, since childhood, I have a very unique skill set, which is I have a very, like you can say, photographic memory and very good, like extremely fast mental math skills. So, like I can do
Okay.
any sort of arithmetic, logarithmic, trigonometric, any calculations in my mind very quickly.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
yes,
We should put
and
that to
like
test then.
no problem. And for recreation, I usually watch like thriller TV series or play some badminton, cricket, chess, etc. Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so give me a quick answer for this. If I toss 10 coins in the air, and what is the
Hmm.
probability of having seven as heads?
Seven as
Heads. If I toss
okay.
10 coins in the air, what is the probability of having seven as heads?
10c 7 by 2 to the power 10.
It's just 7 by 10, simply. It will just be 7 by 10, right? Okay, coming back to that, then, okay, so why have you chosen MBA as your future?
To be honest, MBA was not on my career like plan initially, but after the pandemic, I realized that it was the way to go. Ever since like childhood, I did not get the exact business knowledge from my family, but I was never far from it. My parents used to do stock market trading ever since a kid, and I have been grown up watching Z Business on my TV the whole day. And in my undergraduate degree, also, I understood the importance of management in general. Like, why is it needed, especially as engineers? I've seen people being very mismanaged in their personal lives and how the administration and everything works. So I personally believe, and especially with my skill set, I believe that finance was the way to go for me. So MBA was, especially at this time, I felt that MBA was the ideal way for me to go and complete my academic studies and then contribute in the real world.
So, are you interested more of becoming a leader through MBA or working under somebody, more like a manager?
Like currently I have a like leadership perspective, you can say. Like I believe that I can lead. I have some leadership experience in my in the bank. I'm a, like you can say that I like to be a leader. I have no problem working under a team as well, as long as it's guided and it is going in some way. I don't want to be a dead dead team member in a way and just doing work week in and week out just for money purposes. Like I like to be a leader, dedicated leader, and passionate towards my work.
So you mentioned that you have had some leadership experience. Can I know something
Yes.
more about it?
Yes, like I said about astronomy, like I was the general secretary of the Students Technology Student Society. We used to organize awareness camps, guest lectures, webinars, even a college fest as well. That was okay. And so in that we had a team of 50 members, and we had to manage like funds of around 10 to 12 lakhs. So I was responsible for that. From time to time, I had to manage and talk to like professors from ISRO for their guest lectures, and even we had one Nobel Prize laureate from Australia as well for the guest lecture and webinars. So that leadership experience team, how to like people management skills and funds management, and how to like make deals with the administration and everything, I learned a lot from it.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so you mentioned something about that your family not being from a business background, and you are more.
Yes.
Are you able to hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, your video
Yeah.
is stuck, but
So
I'm able
you
to
be
hear
being
you.
from a family of more of the work. Okay.
Yes.
So let's focus on the voice then. Okay. So
Okay.
make me understand one thing. According to you, according to your perception, high salary and low job position is more accepting for you, or a low salary and a higher job, or and a lot of higher job position, which is more accepting for you?
First of all, I think there needs to be a balance, but if I had to really choose one, I would choose high salary with low job position presently. Like the reason just being with financial independence. Once I'm able to achieve that, then I can explore further options down like 2 3 years down the line. If I'm not happy with my job position, but I have enough financial independence, then 2 3 years down the line, I can make something. I can make a switch, you can say, to a better position, which would be paying well as well. But if I'm at a high position with low job, then my the chances of promotion and moving forward would be very difficult.
Okay, give me a situation.
Your video is gone if you're able to hear me.
Lavanya ma'am, are you still?
Connection error. Okay, now am I? I'm being seeing 100% connectivity here, ma'am. Are you able to view and see me now?
Yes. Now it's all right.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so give me a situation where you have thought out of the box. You have used a solution which is very innovative and like something which is very creative, something which is very interesting about you. You thought out of the box in a situation, and it worked out well for everybody.
Out of the box. Let me think for a second. Nothing special comes to mind, but there was one of the we had to like think of an like during a college festival, we had to think of an event, like what event we should add. We had like typical case study and paper presentation events. We were trying to think of an out of the box event, so I proposed the idea of using origami and to integrate it with the topology aspect of it. It's like we called it the science of paper folding. So it was a very innovative and one of a kind event, which actually garnered a good response from the participants.
So origami with topology. Okay, can you just give me a little more description on that? What exactly happened in the event?
So basically, we had like problem set of basic. First round was basic simple MCQ questions. In the final, the 12 teams that were selected, we asked them to design a like origami piece, like exactly like form of a bird or something, in minimum number of folds as possible. Ma'am, your video is stuck. Can you still hear me?
Okay, so yes, I can hear you. Don't worry about that. So, okay, now tell me one thing. I've heard about your achievements. I've heard about what you're good at, something like photographic memory, as you mentioned, and you're good at certain
Not
sports.
exactly
but
photographic,
tell me something
but
about your failures. What have been?
I think my failures is...
So, but tell me something about your failures.
My academic failures, if I had to say, I'm not very good at like something that is abstract. you can say. Like it is, I find it really difficult to
Abstract.
comprehend things that are abstract in concept. Like I'm a quantitative kind of a person. I like definiteness in things, and when the things are like beating around the bush and abstract concepts, then I find it a little difficult to comprehend them
Mhm.
in academics.
So are you
Uh,
saying you're kind of weak at the section of logical reasoning?
Sorry, that was not clear, ma'am.
Are you trying to tell me that you're kind of weak in the section of logical reasoning? Decision
No, no,
maker.
no,
You're not a
not
decision
logical
maker at the end
reasoning.
of the
Not
day.
logical reasoning. I'm good at logical reasoning and like problem solving. But you can say my the verbal ability section. If you have to say, like, even when there's a subjective answer, it's not one definite answer. You can say that the other is better than the other, and it's like with respect to the like author, with respect to the position, saying I find it difficult. I found it
Mhm.
difficult in general. That is, you can say, one of my failures.
Okay. Okay. So have you ever worked before? Do you have any work experience?
Not corporate work experience, but I have done like during the pandemic for financial purposes. You can say mostly I did a 4 month internship. It was a edtech startup. Basically, I had to like I was kind of teaching and like helping the 11th 12th graduate students with their questions and everything. That was a 4 month work from home internship. And another one I did is in Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. It was a 2 months research internship given to us by the institute, and I worked under that. It was a very beautiful experience.
So this was the productive part what you did in your lockdown, I believe.
Yes.
Because I was coming to that next. So this is what you made use of in your lockdown. Interesting. Okay. So
Not
work
this was
experience wise,
the
tell me.
log for lockdown. This was a side project. Like this was kind of the compulsory internship that we had to do in a graduation. It was
Okay.
not something I was pursuing
What else
properly.
did you do in your lockdown which should catch my attention?
Like basically what I did was I studied about business concepts in general. I was like exploring myself because I was not dead set on doing an MBA initially, but as it worked out, I started to study finance, a little bit of consulting, and I found it to be really exciting. Initially, I had plans of pursuing like a master's or PhD from foreign countries, but with the onset of pandemic, I realized that MBA is a better option for me given my skill set. So I studied a lot about business skills, read some books, not very something that, like not nothing out of the box, but I used it productively.
Okay. So which area are you looking to pursue your MBA in?
Currently finance, but consulting is something that excites me too, because I like the strategic thinking and the problem solving aspect of it.
So what is more important to you, Anirudh? Tell me one thing. Is it ethics or targets?
Targets definitely first, but not at the loss of ethics. Ethics can be stretched a little bit, but not the basic ethics. The
So you're
basic
saying
ethics
that you
that are
would
there.
never do anything unethical to achieve a target, even if it's the
No,
slightest possibility of you.
no. If it is the slightest way, I will stretch ethics, but that is acceptable. I will not cross that moral line that, not the company that draws, but to achieve a target, I am open to stretch ethics a little bit, but not much that will draw a lot of criticism.
Okay. Now, tell me one thing, Anirudh. Tell me a kind of person you will not be able to work with. Somebody whose nature you will not be able to accept while working. A
Someone who is
colleague.
not open minded to like suggestions. Like I find those person very like personally very difficult to work with. That I have experienced with myself as well in the time I have had. The person who is not very close minded and dead set in its ways, who is not flexible, who is not open to change or listening, I will find it very difficult to work. But there's an exception to
Yeah.
that. If I still find that that person is very driven and motivated and excels at what he does, then I will like go with his vision and work under him. To work along with someone who is close minded would be difficult, but to work under someone who is visionary, you can say, but still close minded, I'll be happy to work under someone like that.
Okay. Okay, so do you have any particular role model in your life? And if you do, then what makes that person a role model in?
No, I don't have a particular role model, one person you can say, but this may sound like a cliched answer, but I don't know. For the past 2, 3 years, I've been watching a lot of Shark Tank, if you know. It's like invest. So
Okay.
like the billionaire investor Mark Cuban, I really liked his way of working. He's very honest in the way he gives his answers, and I watched a lot of his interviews and his work. He's very honest, dedicated, and committed towards his work. So I've been once.
Tell me any of his business you
Sorry.
admire. Tell me some business of his you admire. Mark
The
Cuban.
audio
Any
is
of his
not clear.
business
Sorry.
which you admire the most.
He is
Can you hear
like
me
the
now?
owner.
Hello.
Okay, now it's clear. Yes, he's the owner of Dallas Mavericks. He's a basketball team in the NBA. So, like, since it's aligned with the his
Yes.
passion of basketball, so I really like that how he has
Mhm.
uplifted the sport of basketball in general in US, and how he like took his team from like made it economically viable and got it to a very great position.
Okay. Okay. So tell me something about your goals, 5 to 10 years down the line. Where do you see yourself? And
Yes, ma'am. Can you?
hello, are you able to
Hello.
hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, regarding my 5 year
Ignore
plan,
the
like,
disturbance.
no problem. Ma'am, career-wise, I presently don't have a very like hard-headed 5 year plan in my mind, because since I'm open to finance or consulting at the moment, I don't know how it will pan out. Like once I join business school and everything, I have a 5 year financial plan that I have like very much set in my place, that what all things I want to do, want to complete, and I've had this since like my 12th standard. So like I completed my initial batch of 5 years, which I had in my mind, and the next 5 years, I'm very hopeful that it will pan out as well.
Now, going to
Your
be
voice is
no.
breaking.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes. It's good now.
Yeah. So till now, whatever I have spoken with you, I
Yes.
have understood one thing, that you do know you want to do MBA, but I feel your MBA is based out of just a preference that you can earn better, but you're not sure exactly that this is what you want. Am
No,
I
ma'am.
right here?
No, ma'am. Earning is one aspect of it, but not the exact right way. Because in my like IIT Kharagpur placement, I had an opportunity of sitting for software companies that would have paid really well. Like what I realized was that was something that I did not want to do. I would have gotten paid well there, but that was something I did not want to do. I was looking for something that was like more aligned with my skill sets and my expertise, and would actually make a better impact. I did not like the software profile or the aspect of it, and I find that MBA is directly aligned to my skill sets of like mathematics and
Yeah,
quantitative nature in general. And that way I feel that I can contribute in a much better way. Financial aspect is one aspect definitely I'm considering, but it's not the only aspect. If the work is genuinely good, I'm even open to like social work as well. Like if the work is genuinely good, uh, but money aspect is definitely there, I'm not going to deny that. Financial aspect is definitely there for the MBA, pursuing my MBA right now.
I lost your voice.
Your
Repeat this.
voice is breaking.
I have no, my internet connection is perfect. I have no clue what will be the issue.
Okay, now it's good.
Yeah, now it's good. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So you will have to repeat a little bit because I lost your voice completely.
Okay.
So
No, ma'am. Like the financial aspect is one part of my decision of pursuing MBA. What I believe is that MBA is directly aligned with my skill set. think ma'am is gone.
Yeah, she's disconnected. We'll just try to bring her back. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Huh?
No problem. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Lavanya ma'am, you can keep your video switched off because there is that.
Okay, I will do that now.
Anirudh, you can continue.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, please continue, Anirudh.
Yes. So financial aspect is definitely one part of my decision of pursuing MBA. But what I believe is that doing MBA is directly aligned with my skill sets, like what I really want to do and contribute with in the world. I could have sitting for my IT Kharagpur placements and gotten a decent package there. Like that was not an issue at all. But I believe that this was a better way for me to contribute in the world. Financial aspect is definitely there, but I think she's disconnected again.
Okay. Are you able to hear me, Anirudh?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So, like I was saying, like financial aspect is one part of it, but I believe that MBA is actually ideal for me right now. Like because it is directly like with the skill sets I possess and the work I want to do, like in finance, and only MBA can help me in that. And since it's kind of my passion, I love numbers. Like to work with them. I feel like I'll be able to contribute better with whatever work I have with the knowledge that the MBA gives me. It's not just financial, but the skill set I have, MBA is directly aligned with that. So that was one of the reasons I thought of switching my field to management.
Yes. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Should I repeat? Or?
Okay, so I want to give you a hypothetical situation, Anirudh. And so, have you ever had the chance to head any assignments or any group project in your school, college?
Yes.
Okay. So, let me give you a similar situation. Say you are working with a group of about 5, 6 students, 6 of you are there in a team, and you have been made the head of that team. And you realize that 4 students are quite efficient, but there is one guy who is kind of irritating the rest of the group. He is not doing his work, neither is he allowing the other person to do. And one person, the 4th person of the group, falls under his influence. So at the end of the day, during when you're supposed to submit your project, and it's a group work. So 4 of you are ready with the part you are supposed to do, but 2 of them have not done the part. So how are you going to handle this situation? Are you going to submit the project, not submit the project? I want to know everything what you would do here.
Okay. First of all, definitely will submit the project. That is definitely there. No matter what, I will submit the whatever if the part is done. For the other 3 of my colleagues that have done their work, I will first of all talk with them about how to proceed. I will not take the decision one-handedly to scold them or like be strict with them or like do their work, whatever. I'll talk to the 3 guys who have done their work along with us, and we'll come out with a plan. Either like the guy who has fallen into influence, to talk to him regarding like to complete his work, to convince him to complete his work. First of all, the guy who was convinced, and the guy who is the culprit, the sole guy who is not working. The 4 of us will try to persuade him to to do their work, to do his work, his or her work. Otherwise, it will create problems for the whole team the whole team. And if not, like if he does not agree, I will have to take this even after like persistently trying to like persuade him to do his work. If he does not agree, we will definitely like try to talk to the, like, how do I say, like either we will, depending on what the team decides together, either we will try to finish or complete whatever part of is left, or otherwise we'll write in the group project what we are submitting that the five of the work of the five is done, the other guy who is slacked out, and you can say I can report to the professor or the employer, whatever is there, that the work from that one particular aspect was not done. If he's totally not like listening to us or anything is not doing his work, we will definitely report it to it. But the guy who got into the influence of the bad guy, we will try to definitely convince him to get his work done, and I believe that he will get his work done, because initially he was working, but then he got influenced by it and then he was slacking. So we'll be strict, we'll be direct, and we'll get the job done.
Okay, so as we're running short of time, we'll have to do a feedback part. So speaking about the last question itself, what I asked you, that was not a very satisfactory answer. Today, I am just a mock person, but today if you're going to give such an answer to your future B schools, they're not going to accept that answer. Because now, number one reason why, you're the leader of the group. You cannot go to the person last minute and see whether he's done his work or not. Being the leader of the group, from the beginning, every day you will have to check the progress of the work. Today, if an assignment is given to your group, you have at least 3 days to 1 week time given to you to complete the assignment. Now, my question to you was that when there's a group and there's one guy who's not working, and you get to know that you see it, that, last minute he's not ready, he's not prepared his work. That situation itself should not arise, because you're the manager of the group. You're the leader of the group. So from day one, the task assigned, you have to assign the task. That's why you're made the leader there, right? You're the leader because the task you have been considered as a responsible person in that group. Now, being the responsible person of the group, it is your responsibility to check at the end of the day whether the work assigned to that particular guy is done or not. If this managerial quality would have been there with you, the fourth guy who got influenced by him also wouldn't have got influenced, because he knows you're coming to check on. Also, secondly, yes, you have to inform your teacher at the end of the day that this was the work. Yes, it was a group effort, but what work, which area was done by which part of the member should be mentioned. That is also 2 points which you should always keep in your mind. So because that was the last question, this would be my feedback for that. Apart from that, yes, your answer for why MBA. What was your answer? Could you repeat that for me? Why MBA when I asked you?
Like in short, it is directly aligned with my skill sets. Like what I want to do in future in finance and what skills I possess. MBA is
that is not a very acceptable answer either in a B school. You will have to give them something much more interesting. You will have to give them something more like you have to see. Today when I spoke to you, I saw that there was quite a lot of integrity while you were talking. But I didn't see a lot of confidence. I didn't see a lot of passion towards MBA. So me, suppose I am a top B school person who's taking your interview today. I don't see passion in you. My problem is that you're a good student. You sound like, okay, he's done a lot of work. He studied this. He's interested in diverse fields like astronomy and everything. But I don't see passion for MBA. I rather give this seat for a person who's more passionate about MBA. So I would really expect you to work on that one answer, because that's a very important question. And no matter which B school you go to, they will ask you this question. And why do you want to do MBA? So you cannot just say that it aligns with your skill set and everything. You have to make them realize why you are passionate about an MBA. And how is it going to, how have you thought, how have you planned about it, how it has been your dream, or it's been a new dream, but why you have chased behind this dream. Give them a situation that way. If you're going to give me that it aligns with my interest, I have the necessary knowledge. I think every second person has that. I'm going to give you a reverse. And people in these schools, the teachers, they can be quite rude on the field. So you have to be I was pretty much sober here because I was understanding your point, and we had a lot of breakages in between during the call. But you will have to also understand that they are very shrewd in returning their responses. Now, thirdly, when you come to giving me a point where you have a photographic memory, that is something very debatable. Have you thought about mentioning that? Are you 100% confident about it?
Not photographic memory, but the mental math skills, I'm fairly confident about that. the mental math skills on the,
Very
you
confident.
can give me
Okay,
anything.
so then you need to reach. So today, yeah, these people can give you a situation where you're sitting with them. They will tell you to read a paragraph. They'll give you a piece of paper and they'll say you have a photographic memory. Read it once and then repeat the entire paragraph. Where will you be? What will you answer that time? You will not. You could choose your words wisely. You might. So mental math skill, that is something. Yes, you can tell that. They can ask you a few questions on the spot. You can answer that. Tell me the answer for triple line into triple line. They just give you, and that's a Vedic mathematics basic question. So today you might be able to answer that, but if I give you a paragraph in a sheet of paper and I ask you to read it and repeat it without seeing it, you will not be. Nobody can do that, but they're gonna make a mock out of you there. So choose your words wisely is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So first I'm going to talk about the criticism part, and then I'm going to talk about the positive part, which I like, which will help you develop yourself. So criticism was all going on. Yes, confidence is something which was there in you. You can work more on it. So I would say work more on your confidence. Sit more straight. Yeah, more poised. Smile more while answering. So I saw you were quite free. You have a lovely smile. So make use of that smile. It really makes wonders in interview. It sets a very positive impact in the interview. Even if you're screwing up an answer, your smile can make wonders there. So always remember to give a soft smile to the interviewer. So one thing which was, I liked the candidness in your response. So there were particular few questions I was asking you around that. There was one question where you said you are not good at abstract thinking. So that was a little debatable, which was they can grill you on that one point. But I liked your answer when you said that your role model is Mark Cuban, because generally people stick to questions like my father, my mother, my auntie, my uncle. So I'm glad I didn't get any stereotypical answer there. It was a very interesting answer. I really like the answer of Mark Cuban you gave me there. And also, yes, I would want you to work a little more on your fluency in English. So I see a lot of grammatical errors while you were talking. So in MBA, yes, in B schools, yes. Today we know CAT exams is one of the most difficult exams. A verbal ability is something which holds a very big aspect in MBA. So yes, I know you have a little less time, but watch a lot of videos. It really helps. Watch a lot of speeches on business. So these speeches help you improve your, speed of the language. Yes, you were a little too fast while talking. So especially in your introduction part. So what was happening in your introduction with me was you were too fast and you gave me too much information. So I like the part where you told me a little about your family. Your sister's a gynac, your mom is a housewife, your dad was what I forgot.
Government serviceman.
Government services. And you told me you don't have a business background. Yes, so this was enough, but I think you went on and on and on, and I lost my attention after that. So much information. Yes, I would ideally suggest an introduction should not exceed more than 2 minutes. 120 seconds should be your introduction. So 120 to 150 seconds is maximum. Speak about yourself, your passion. If you did speak about your passion, speak a little about your interests. But speak a little about your family, but a little. You cannot go so much in depth because it gets boring for the opposite person to hear. So do not lose out the attention span of your person. Now, thirdly, speaking body language, yes, comes back to confidence again. Confidence is there in you, I'm not denying, but a little more needs to be there. So for that, I would require you to work on that. I like the integrity and candidness in your response. These two things I was pretty much aware of. Clarity of goals was very, very weak. So you're not clear about your goals. So MBA is not a place. So remember one thing about these school teachers. They are not interested in training a student who's come here to see what happens in future. Like, this is what you want, but you don't know where you're going. I'm not saying be sure कि मुझे अंबानी ही बनना है, मुझे यही बनना है. No, that's not what I'm saying. But there has to be something that, I want to become a CEO. I want to open my own company. This has been my dream. I'm aiming for the moon, but I'm sure I'll fall to the stars. Those kind of puns and those kind of nice quotes in between, small. These kind of things really attract a lot of attention when you're in an interview. So when you make these kind of statements, the teacher knows that this child is very confident. he knows where he's going. His English language, your English language automatically gets a higher advantage there when you use these kind of statements over there. So I wanted to come across certain things. Where do you read? If you read, are there any books you read? So, also, do you read in general?
Yes,
Do you
yes,
read
yes.
any books?
Yes, I read books.
Are you into reading? So yes, in your introduction, do mention about that. That
Okay.
It has a very good impact on the B school teachers when you speak
Okay.
about reading and what kind of books do you read, which has been your favorite book. Mention that. It has a very good impact on the teacher. So yeah, this was a little about the feedback which I have towards you. Anything else which you want to know? Now you tell me.
Like one thing that has like at the end of the interview, there's a thing like what, the interview asks like, what do you want to ask from us? So what should I ask?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So I see there are two things which I would suggest here. Either make it funny. You can, it is always good to make it humorous. So you can either, so there was this one answer which I came across and I really liked that answer.
Okay.
So then the question comes to me saying that, is there any question you would like to ask us? Like, sir, I would be very, very lucky to be a part of this institution. And once you make me a part of this institution, I'll have a numerous questions to ask you that time. So that way you go on something on a very humorous, because this is something you cannot ask them a question. They're not looking forward to hear a question. So you rather make them laugh in the end before leaving. So you make me a part of your institution, I have only questions for you. So I want to, you make them realize that I want to learn a lot from you. I want to learn a lot from your amazing institution. Thoda you have to make, so this is the answer which I think you leave them on a laughing note is enough. Because they're not looking forward for any questions. They're just telling you for formality. Okay, so you make, now this is my suggestion. Anything else?
No, is there any chance for another mock interview? Like even if it's paid, I'm happy to go with it.
Ayushi ma'am, Ayushi ma'am.
Our team will get in touch with you regarding that, Anirudh.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
All right. Otherwise, you're on the right path, Anirudh. Keep up the good work. Work
Thank
more
you.
on the feedback which I gave you, and you'll have a long and all the very best for your future.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Anirudh.
Thank you, Ayushi ma'am.
Thank you, Ayushi.